Today we are going to learn a new topic in psychology, the measurements in the psychology. There are different types of measurements that we can used in psychological settings. We can measure some psychological characteristics. When it comes to the definition part, it can be said as the measurement is the assignment of scores to the individuals so that the scores represent some characteristics of the individuals. Psychological measurements is often referred to as the name psychometrics. It's a branch of psychology that studies or deals with the measurements and psychological testings. Some tasks will assign to get measures from psychological variables, just like we may giving some cognitive task to measure our cognitive abilities, or sometimes we are giving some kind of programs or some kind of images and says them to identify them to analyze what comes to their mind after seeing this images. That kind of test or measurements can help us to understand different levels of or different kinds of information or psychological information about the subject. And we have different levels of measurements. SSTs suggest that score can be assigned in a way that communicate more or less quantitative information. Steve's actually suggests four different levels of measurement, which he called the scales of measurement. With help of scales of measurement, we can classify our measures or our scores into different levels. That is the nominal level, ordinal level, interval level, and ratio level. Next, we have the nominal scale. The nominal level of measurement is used for the categorical variables. That means we are using a nominal scale. We can categorize the variables into two different groups. Just like for example, we can classify a group into males and females. We are collecting samples and we are classify them based on their gender. We can classify into male or female, or we can use students from BSc psychology and students from other departments, etc. That kind of scales is represented by the nominal scale. And the next is ordinal scale. The ordinal level of measurement involves assigning scores in rank order. That means we are assign the data into different ranks or different categories. We can classify it as rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, just like, and also we can classify opinion of a person or of opinion of a subject as very dissatisfied to very satisfied. Very satisfied means the rank 1, and very dissatisfied is the least rank. And in that way we can classify into different rank orders. That kind of scale is called the ordinal scale. And the next one is the interval scale. Interval level of measurement involves assigning scores using numerical scales in which interval have the same interpretation throughout. That means there will be a equal interval. Suppose we are considering scores of students in an exam, and we are taking some equal interval, that 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. Just like we are categorizing into 5 category, or we are choosing 5 category on based of equal interval. There is 0 to 5, there is 5 numerics, and 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and every thing has an equal interval. That's called the interval scale. And the final one is the ratio scale. The ratio level means there will be is absolute 0 or 0 point represent in the scale. It represents the complete absence of quantity. Suppose in an exam, we can say that in an exam, a student score 0 marks. That means that student doesn't get any score, or the absence of the quantity is measured. In other scales, we don't have the absolute 0. Even in the interval scales too, we are mentioning 0 to 5 is a category, but even though we can't say that the person get absolutely 0 mark. The person lies in the 0 to 5 category, have a score in between 0 to 5. It can be 1 or 3 or 4, anything. But we can't sure about it is 0. But in the ratio scale, we can say that it is absolutely 0. The person got 0 marks. And these all are the different types of levels of measurement. We will discuss more factors regarding the ratio scale and other scales, and we can identify some types of scales used in the psychological researches. Thank you for listening.